Welcome back. We're on part 3, and that means we're on the one to watch. Now, as I mentioned before, if this becomes a really long segment, then I'm going to break it up probably into maybe 2, 3 segments or something like that. If not, and it's just 20 minutes or whatever, then that'll be it, and part 3 should end the show for this week. But we'll see. So, the way that the one to watch works, because this is a new segment that we're going to do, this is the specialty post for the week.
Who came up with one to watch, Tony? Who came up with the segment? Come on.
Mike Burhan came up with the one to watch.
Yes!
How many months ago? Months and months ago, and I never found a spot to do it. So it ended up being.
And he ended up just like, no.
Well, it works a whole lot better, I think, as to start off the year and all that. So that's a way to start things with something fresh. And what we're gonna do is each and every one of us is gonna pick the person that we think is, well, essentially the one to watch for the year. Now, what we mean by that is there's going to be ups and downs for everybody, and you can follow the WWE hierarchy ranking that I have on the website to see who is currently pretty much booked as a main eventer and who's jobbing out. Essentially, you can look at the people like The Undertaker and The Rock and all that they come in, they win a match, and that's it. They're the stars of the stars and the John Cenas and everything. And then you can look at the people like Camacho, who they barely ever show up. If they do show up, chances are they're not even wrestling. And if they do wrestle...
Camacho, WWE champion.
Camacho.
Who's Camacho?
Exactly. So, I think the best way to start about this is... well, we're not going to do... breaking it down, main event, mid-card, who we're going to watch for the Divas division, all that kind of stuff. That's going to end up taking too long. Just basically one apiece. So who wants to start off and pick their one to watch for the year?
I'll go first.
All right, Alfonso, we're throwing it.
My guy is going to be Antonio Cesaro. And the reason why I say that is because I've been watching this guy since back when he was in Ring of Honor as Claudio Castagnoli, and he's definitely one to watch. He's pretty much demolished everybody, that he's defended the U.S. title against, and I definitely see him on a definite rise this year in 2013.
And Vince loves this guy.
What do you think he's gonna kind of be like the top of his year? Do you think it's gonna be maybe the Royal Rumble win, or he's gonna keep the U.S. title for?
I'm not gonna say him winning the Royal Rumble. That's a little bit too fast for him. I see him actually, carrying the U.S. title for a pretty long reign. And then actually, taking going, that step higher. Remember how Randy Orton, where he first started, where he held the Intercontinental title for almost damn near a year, and then he actually beat Chris Benoit for the world title. Mm-hmm. I see him going, as far as that note, going that far. So that's my person.
Anybody kind of agree or disagree?
Well,
I agree.
I'm going for somebody completely different.
And I agree on that. When it comes to Castagnoli, or based on the fact that you will probably see him with a world championship around his waist, not the WWE title, but the world championship, probably by the end of 2013.
You think he's going to win the world title?
Yeah, I don't see him winning the WWE title. I see him winning the world title, but not the WWE title.
He'll probably be in contention for that title, and he'll probably have that around his waist, even if it's for a short time, maybe even holding the Money in the Bank contract for SmackDown on that one.
For me, unfortunately, here's a man who could end up fucking holding both for all we know next year, and it's Ryback. This guy just keeps, and I'm not saying this out of being a fan or whatever, because I'm not, but this guy, he's getting stronger booking than John Cena.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
That is crazy. Anybody see the Survivor Series triple threat?
Yeah,
Usually the people lay down for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and he was up well before Cena could even go for it. This guy's I didn't think anybody could be stronger booked than Sheamus, but this guy's making Sheamus look like, fucking Randy Orton this year,
Well, apparently he's going to be moved over to SmackDown to be given their top prize at some point.
Oh yeah, I bet he's actually. Yeah. I'm gonna say this now. It could come back to bite me later, but I think he's actually winning the Royal Rumble, and going on to win the World Heavyweight title
He's
come
my pick.
WrestleMania.
He's actually my pick for the
Yes.
Rumble.
Yeah, that's my pick too.
That's my pick too. Yep.
No, there's nothing that, unless like somebody else wins, there's nothing that's changing my mind about it.
Yeah.
Like, and whether it be Big Show or Dolph Ziggler, whoever, which one of those heels is champion going into that event, they're there just a job to them.
If Lesnar does re-sign for 2013, I can literally see Lesnar versus Ryback on the cards as a feud at some point, because they will do everything they can to elevate Ryback and make him the next top guy, because I don't see Cena lasting for that long. That's totally on the money there, Braden. Totally on the money.
Yes.
That knocks one. That's not what. Well, I actually I'm going to go last here because I haven't fully decided on who my one to watch is. But one of the people that I was thinking about was Ryback, because of the fact that, as you said, Braden, he is my pick to win the Royal Rumble and win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and pretty much keep it, if not the whole rest of the year onward, at least probably until Survivor Series. Because I could see Ryback being one of those champions, kind of like Shawn Michaels was. Now, nowhere near the match quality or anything like that, but
yeah.
Kind of in the same boat where he wins it at WrestleMania, drops it around Survivor Series, and they build something else up next year, and he's not necessarily the champion.
But he doesn't have the title.
Maybe you have like a Sheamus-esque title reign like this year with the world title.
Oh, that was pathetic, though.
Strong. Well, yeah, maybe he'll have like a way better programmer too.
Right.
Sheamus' program with Big Show wasn't that bad.
They'll be feeding Ryback loads of big guys. I could see that happening. Loads of tough. His matches won't be anything sort of a technical-esque.
Yeah, your eyes will be going to the Slaughter Factory every time he's in the ring, but that's beside the point.
He'll be going in there. His will be more physical, and you'll show that side. They'll be building the guy up as a dominating beast.
Yeah, Mark Henry, when he comes back, could have a feud with him. They could do the Big Show feud.
Lesnar, definitely. If you don't see Ryback versus Lesnar, then Lesnar's not re-signing with the company.
Tyson Kidd.
No way now.
So who else has something to talk about when it comes to Ryback?
Probably nobody, because nobody wants to admit that he's going to be dominating all of next year.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
You guys pretty much covered everything you could say about Ryback.
Pretty much.
Nothing else you can say. Really.
I would have loved to say, can't wait for Damian Sandow to own, 2013 as the top heel.
You're welcome.
Win Money in the Bank. He's going to go on to win a world title. No. They're just going to bury the shit out of him. He's going to have a shitty year, and I'm going to be pissed off by the end of next year because they're wasting talent. But yeah, whatever. Who else has to go now?
I have a different person. Yeah, I agree Ryback's one to watch, but I have a different person. I'm going to say The Miz, because a couple years ago, he won the main event of WrestleMania, beat John Cena one-on-one. Rock's help or not, he did it. And they were going big direction with Miz. And then this last year, he's done nothing. So I feel like that's someone that they're high on, but they just haven't had anything for him the last year. And I think this year will be a big change. I know they were talking about big face turn, feud with Cesaro, all that stuff. Probably see him back in the main event picture this year. I don't know if he'll hold the title again, but I think he'll be back in the big picture. Maybe feuding with the heel Randy Orton. I don't know, but I think he'll be.
Moving him over to the World Heavyweight Championship is probably going to be the best bet.
Yeah.
For that to happen. I don't see him staying in the WWE title picture over on Raw at all. Not at this point in time.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Listen, mainly because with the face turn that they did for him as a face now, it's actually working into his favor, because so far as I've actually seen The Miz, he's always been a heel, and now he's actually gathering a big following. So even if he doesn't come out with a year with a title, he's going to have a bigger following, and maybe by the end of 2013, he'll actually be on the way to becoming a headliner at WrestleMania again also.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Agree. I think it's going to be good for his career. He's showing that he's not a linear, just a guy who can be a heel. He's showing he can do both.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he's like a terrific face right now, but I think he's more believable than Del Rio is. And I think
Del Rio hasn't been booked properly, but we'll not go into that one. But yeah, I agree with you. They'll probably move him over to SmackDown in order to accomplish that. There's no way in hell that he's going to stay on Raw.
Now
I
I'm
have another
so-
superstar that I did want to say that there's somebody that we need to watch in 2013. Cody Rhodes' mustache.
There you go.
Yes.
That motherfucker is gonna shine this year. I'm telling you, seriously.
Yes.
That is such a
Cody
porn mustache.
Yes, it is. I don't know who's worse between him.
TNA champion.
What's the guy, Joey Ryan from TNA or whatever? I don't know. I don't know who's the worst between him and Cody Rhodes as a better '70s porn star. I'm serious.
What's TNA?
Joey's got him beat. At least he can grow up more thick.
Did somebody say what's TNA?
Joey's got a porn
Yeah,
mustache. Cody's got like a
I live in
pseudo-pedo
Orlando
stash
too.
going
I live in
on.
Orlando too.
Hulk
Oh, that's
Hogan's
certain.
Vanity Project. That's what it is.
Yeah, you got Caterpillar just called up there and died on his top lip. I mean, that's basically what's on Cody Rhodes' face.
So, out of
Okay,
Cody Rhodes now, what do you think's going to happen with Cody Rhodes in the year?
His mustache is gonna win the world title. I mean,
Just
what
the
are you talking
mustache?
about?
He's probably
Just
gonna
the mustache.
I could
waste
see him.
Sandow's time in the tag team.
Yeah.
They might have something for him. They might push him like to the upper mid card or near the world
Yeah.
title. He'll never win it. They'll drop him back down. He'll float around in the mid card and he'll be in the exact same position he was
I
at the end of
disagree.
last year and
He's in
this
that-
year by
I
next.
disagree.
He's in that Kofi Kingston position where like they always bring him above like the general mid carders, but they
Yeah.
never let him get close
Yeah,
to the
he's-
title. They always
yeah,
bring him
he's the
back.
heel.
Yeah.
Good point. He's the heel Kofi Kingston, pretty
Yeah.
much.
He's gonna come out wearing polka dots next year. That's what he's gonna wear. In honor of his father.
American.
Where's Stace when you need him?
Can we not get anywhere where we're transitioning into Burhan singing again? Just get off that. Get off that horse.
Should I just play Dace's American outro?
Well,
God.
I once watched this year is someone I don't think anyone's going to expect to big things from, but I'm going to actually say that big things are coming this guy's way.
Oh.
No. And he's a member of the Shield, Dean Ambrose. I see him going into the main event picture, either with the Shield or on his own. He's going to be competing for various main event championships. I don't see him winning anything, but I do see him actually, migrating up to that place in 2013.
Well, to
Why
piggyback off
Ambrose
you,
over
I was gonna
Reigns?
say
Or
Roman
Rollins,
Reigns.
Why?
sorry.
This is the reason why. Ambrose has got everything. He's got the mouthpiece, he's got the skill, and he can go toe-to-toe with some of the best guys in the company. Reigns is good. Reigns is huge. Reigns has got the look, but I don't see him as the guy that will transition from the Shield to the main event guy. I see him as the backup at the moment.
What about
Well,
Rollins?
he's the enforcer.
Yeah.
He's like
Rollins is the bump monkey who takes everything and is the fall guy, and then you got Ambrose, who's kind of like the total package. He can actually talk, cut promos. He's good in the ring.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of CM Punk a little bit, like in terms of what he can do. I think
But he's lethal. I mean, if you've seen his matches in NXT with like William Regal and guys like that, he was you literally would not focus on their world champion. You would focus on Ambrose because that's how nasty, how intense this guy can be. And trust me, if they put him in the ring with guys like John Cena, you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? Because he's that great. He's that focused. He could revive anybody. And at the moment, he's only working 1/10 of what he should be at. Trust me, he will elevate himself, even if he's going to be that guy who ends up getting beaten by all the top faces. He'll still have relevance by the end of 2013.
Well, what about your countrymen? What about your countrymen, Burhan?
Wade Barrett. No,
Yeah,
he's not
man.
ready yet. He's
You
not
don't
ready
think
at
so?
all.
we're not ready
think so?
yet.
All right. Well, before we
Wow,
start
I'm surprised.
hold on. Before we start getting into just throwing out random people, any final thoughts about Dean Ambrose from
Yes,
anybody?
he's going to have a huge 2013 if the company is fucking smart. If they're not, then they're squandering talent.
All
Beware
right.
the shield. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna do a little recap before I do mine. But who wants to go next or their pick? Who hasn't gone yet? I know Graham hasn't.
oh.
Carlos, you haven't gone yet, right?
Oh, but I agree with Chris about with the Miz saying that this is going to probably be a year, but don't expect him to get any titles. but it's going to be a really big push for him, probably going in from 2013 on to 2014. So his fan base is going to actually swell, probably.
All right, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to split this up here, and we're going to pick up in the next part with some more one to watch, and go from Graham's choice, and, kind of move on from there.